Griffin on the wall. Alize seems eager to discuss the council's decision with the other scions. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. Ah, you are returned from the council. But what of Alphino? Did some other matter require his attention? Perfect timing, always. Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryle, how's Nago doing? She will be all right, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you would share with us the Council's decision? Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Yida, you cannot seriously... One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon this reckless cause. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Belsar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of All Amigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? So what you want? Oh, say what you want. I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detention. Kryle and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, Leviers? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, 'twould seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Lavenza? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and, while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? Yeah, to hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. I suspect Tataru would have little trouble facilitating communication between our forces under normal circumstances. but I concede she has her hands full nursing the resistance fighter back to health. No matter, my turn in the field will come. I take it, since everybody else is in the same positions, that I don't need to talk to them. I may perhaps have exaggerated my standing with the resistance a little, but I am confident that I have a reasonable chance of putting a stop to this madness before events spiral out of control. Yes, fair to middling at the very least. All I'm saying is that it wouldn't be the worst thing if we ended up joining the Griffins' fight against the Empire. I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later, isn't it? I am no ninja, but I did spend some few moons in the Charlian homeland learning how to move unseen. Between Ugiri and my humble self, Ida and Papalymo will be well protected. My fellow shinobi require little encouragement to take their place amongst the Alliance forces massing in Gridania. They are most eager to cross blades with the armies of Garlemald once more. All right, Alfie. If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I would depart for the Hawthorne hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Baelsar's wall, and I should be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. That just got me thinking. I mean, that's obviously where Lise is revealed. But that's not yet, though, right? I think I remember that being like... Well, I want to say that that's like the last thing that happens. Could be wrong, though. Ah, Lavenza, there you are. Come, Amorisix... That's probably not a sex or what. It's probably like a... So or... I don't know. Come, Amorous Spire awaits. Gonna stop trying. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphina. We'll have the griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Yida. Nary a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the griffin by the hand rather than the neck. So which is it to be? 'Twould be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Papalymo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Ah, some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. So top or bottom? Bottom, okay. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers? You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Ooh, Hilda's here too. Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. And Pippin. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see? And the sight of you might help remind him why we bothered. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the grand melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand at your side. I was just thinking, like, I'm hoping that they really expand the trust system in Endwalker, because I would love to have Pippin and Hilda as trusts. 'Tis heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? I was just thinking, I can't recall her name, but the um, Makote girl from the Maelstrom. I wonder if whoever is there is whatever grain company you're a part of. Hmm. All has been quiet. Perfect timing. Report. What? Seven hells. Fighting is broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has, or someone has. I took that as more urgent than. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grain Company colors. Impossible. We gave no such order. Of course, the wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to this deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Lavenza, we must make for the wall at once. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha! Huh. I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. Just that quiet, like, in unison head nod. It's very much like a Final Fantasy XIV language. If you just transplanted that in any other game, people would be confused. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. Yeah, be damned like every other nation, as long as Alamigo is free. And you think Alamigo would stay free? Milady, as per Marshal Terrapin's orders, we will provide a feint to cover your advance. May the crystal light your way forward. From what Papalymo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straight ways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way. But the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason, by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste. If everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. I was not actually expecting to get to this tonight. I mean, not that I knew, like, what to expect. I just figured, you know, I wouldn't get to this until tomorrow. Just me all by myself. Hopefully this is easily soloable. I'll start with one group and see how it goes. Well, I'm not taking damage, so I think it's fine. That'll be pretty cool to go up against Ilberd 1v1. I will enjoy that. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Oh, there's more. I didn't realize there was... I knew there was a key that we needed. Okay, that delirium was kind of overkill. But the buff didn't really go wasted. Only had like an extra second on it after killing him. Yeah. So I saw the message that a key dropped, but I wasn't seeing the sparkly at first. This is kind of exciting because this is definitely... I don't think I've ever even tried to solo a dungeon at this level. Ooh. Okay, that... I'm gonna have to remember that next time and throw up my Blackest Night. I was tempted to. I actually saved my NP. But I was like, no, like nothing in here is really doing all that much damage. I should be fine. Okay, cool. I didn't even need it. I figure I'll take the loot now. Guess why not? It's nice, I've mentioned this before, but it's kind of nice doing these dungeons solo. Having actually tanked them and not like have to worry about people going crazy on the mobs, you know, while you're... I mean, it's not that it's hard to get aggro, but like in that first second, like if you don't catch everything, and it's not like that stuff is going to kill the person that does get aggro, but... I try to minimize as much damage, you know, on other party members as I can when I tank. Nope, more. I'm always thinking about, oh, okay, should I, like, use Delirium on them or whatever? But then, I mean, they're basically dead before the cooldown was even up. Stop doing anything. Bam, good. Now back to it. I was a little late on that Blackest Night. But oh well, I survived. Quite handily, too. Again, I'm sure for anybody that has soloed this before, you're like, yeah, it's super easy, but I haven't done it. I don't know at what the break point is on what's soloable and what's not. Another key. So I'm curious as to how much, because like I said earlier, like I'm only aware of like Belsar's Wall. Like in my mind's eye, like we do Belsar's Wall, kill Ilberd, and then I think he summons. What does he summon? Is it Omega or is it what is it, Shinryu? I think it Shinryu? I don't know. But and then Papalymo sacrifices himself to like hold it off is all it really does. And then after that the only thing I remember is Yida becoming Lys, and that's it, so and now we're at the Griffin. Prepare for cutscene. Sloppy. Yup. That shit-eating grin. Let's do this. I'll give you a glorious end, warrior of light. Come, see what awaits you at the far edge of fate.
How'd you like these?
There it is. That's what we all came here for.
Easy. How'd you like these?
Oh, I was probably too late on arm's length, or it doesn't work there, but I'm sure it probably does. I actually, like, didn't accidentally, like, I meant to use lunge, but I didn't think he was gonna jump off, so that was calculated. Made easy work of you, Ilberd. You were sloppy. Hold on a second. I need to pick up my loot.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come. We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo.
Oh,
For Eorzea.
been a while since we've seen him.
They die that others may live.
You Hase, you kick him off the edge.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
They set up their own people.
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Yeah,
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
they can't handle him like I can. So why did Ilberd want them dead? Like, why was that a part of the plan? I guess just bodies left behind that look like Eorzean Alliance.
Gods help us. What are we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful. Mighty Rolger.
grant us the strength to crush our
Oh, desperation, prayer.
There you are. As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Illbird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Al Amigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all! Ah!
Phew. That's quite the sound effect. Jeez, those teeth. Given that it's playing answers in the background, makes me think of Cartno, makes me think of Omega. I know Omega pops up, and I think it's Shinryu. I just wasn't sure as to which one he summoned. But we haven't been introduced to Shinryu.
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do.
Maybe that's why it answers. Papalymo's sacrifice.
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tumtumati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this. Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
What will you do? Trust in Papalymo and leave on the airship. Stay at Papalymo's side. Well, seeing as I know what happens, trust in Papalymo.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida.
The primal stays...
Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
The primal stays sealed through Heavensward, right? It's not until Stormblood that it breaks, I think. Because I remember you see, like, the moon or whatever that it creates there for a while. Oh. Same shot. That's a cool sight. Pretty crazy just up in the sky like that. How many more must we lose? I understand only too well the desire to reclaim one's homeland, but I cannot condone such slaughter. Every Ishgardian gets taught that the Sea of Clouds churns in the grip of the warring elements of water and wind. Enough to tear you apart, they say. No one's ever gone to the bottom of the abyss and lived to tell the tale. So how did that bastard manage to get his hands on Nidhogg's eyes? I mean, it was from the Warriors of Darkness, right? Or was it just the Ascians that went down there themselves? They just, gave them, the location or whatever. Papalymo knew what he was doing. I could not refuse him. Oh, Pippin. It has been explained to me what that light represents, and I have ordered our forces to stand ready. It seems we can do little else but wait. Yeah, everybody else is players, right? Yeah, that's cool. Why? Why didn't they let me stay? Papalymo is my friend. I should have been there with him. Because there's a job that only you can do, Yda. Lise. You could see it in his eyes, Yda. He knew what he was doing. What had to be done. Master Louisoix wore that same look, right before the end. Do you think I don't know that? I know, all right. I know. There was nothing more you could have done. Ilberg caught us all off guard. Even Lavenza was powerless to stop him. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise me that you will never forget what Papalymo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't. Don't speak to me. Leave Yda with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. Oh. I gotta be honest, whatever emotion this all brings up in me is more, I think, in relation to, Louisoix and just that whole story arc there, because that's one thing I was interested in kind of retreading with this New Game Plus was Papalymo, and he played such a small role through A Realm Reborn and Heavensward, especially Heavensward, that I just don't have any connection to him as a character. So to me, it's almost just okay, yeah, he did a heroic thing, and that's it, but I don't really feel the loss from it. Now, obviously, that might be different for 1.0 players or people that started in Gridania, because I've never started there, so I don't know how much interaction you have with him. But obviously an important moment for the story and a heroic thing that he did. But it's, as far as like feeling anything for him, to me, he was just not around enough to really get attached to him. Because even Yida, I think I'm more attached to her because of her role in Stormblood than anything before. Because again, she wasn't around for Heavensward, and she really didn't play that much of a part in A Realm Reborn either. That's just my 2 cents, though. Thank you for watching this video. Tonight's stream was amazing. The Warrior of Darkness story arc in Heavensward is great. The ending to it was just phenomenal, and it just makes me that much more excited to get back into Shadowbringers, which will be quickly, probably within the next 2 weeks, I would say, or a little bit more than 2 weeks. So if you want to see that live, or Stormblood now live, because we should be getting into that within the next few days. If you want to see that live, please join me on Twitch. The link is in the description down below. And if you enjoyed this video and want to see more, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you again for watching. Have a good one.